Hello YouTubers. My car 2013 Dodge Dart 1.4 multi-year turbo. Actually I bought it few months ago, and all of a sudden one day actually I was going to US, and when I was at the border, there's a parking there. I parked my car there because I had to go upstairs for the fingerprints for my mother. And when I came back, and before that, when I was in the line, there was a big lineup there at the border, and all of a sudden my car started behaving strange, like first of all the smell. I smelled something burning on and off, and I was used to close my vent, and whenever it was open, the smell started coming in. So I thought like maybe it's a car ahead of me, there is something wrong with their engine, or smells coming from their muffler, but I didn't notice like it was mine because there was no smoke, no nothing. So when I went to the parking, I parked there, everything done. When I came back, and I turned on my ignition, and it said like service transmission, and the no stick available. There was no reverse, and all the parking neutral lights all red. Fortunately, I was able to drive it, so I decided to come back rather than going to New York, and I could drive the speed of 40-50 kilometers per hour, and it took me like almost 2.5 or 3 hours to come back home. Since then I parked my car, and I joined the forum, Dodge Dart forum, and there are all different kind of suggestions and problems, but most of the problems were related with the transmission, because it's a garbage transmission Dodge made, and there was a recall on this car. I think like it went to the dealership 3 times before I bought this, and they replaced, I don't know, the TCM or some other stuff. I couldn't get the details about that. So now I decided, because I called my mechanic said it's gonna cost you almost like $3,500, and we have to diagnose and blah blah blah. P1D6B, the code I got on my OBD, and when I asked, so there are different issues related with that code, so it's very hard to say like the exact problem. So I decided to take down transmission on my own, and I'll see, because most of the people, there are a couple of few good mechanics on that forum and on YouTube, so they suggested me most probably it's the clutch. So I have to replace my clutch plate, and then I have to see if it's the clutch actuator, which is like hydraulic system. Basically it's a manual transmission, so they made it automatic with the help of that hydraulic system, the clutch actuator. Some people said like there's a sensor behind it, so you have to remove it and see. 9 times out of 10, like it's that sensor which gets like melted down or burned or something, so you have to change the whole system, because they don't sell the sensor separately. And so now I'm just like taking out my transmission, and I will keep updating my videos with the progress, so it might gonna help others. So I just put the jack stands, the car on jack stands, and now I just started removing the front suspension. So I've removed this part, I have removed this one from here, and I already unscrewed like the axle. It's free now, it can go in this thing. So I'm gonna take it out, and I'm gonna get more space here. Then I was trying to pull out the hydraulic actuator, which is right here, under the battery compartment. So I pull out all these sensors, which I shouldn't. Most probably I don't need them. So once I'll take the transmission out, then I'm gonna put them back. But I will look at the actuator, and I have to fill up the hydraulic oil, because only hydraulic oil can be used in the actuator. And there is another thing which I noticed when I drained the transmission oil. I don't think I got 1.8 liter. I think 1.8 is recommended, and I got this much oil, which was nasty. This bottle is 591 ml. So two of these. It's not even a liter. Oh yeah, it's 1 liter, and this much. So I don't think it's 1.8 liter or 1.7 or even 1.6 liter of transmission oil. So it can be one of the reasons, but only the thing is like the smell. I'm more concerned about, because if there wouldn't be any smell, then I could try with the transmission oil, just fill it up or change it or drain it, and then I could try the other stuff. So this is the actuator. See all these sensors here, and there are a few screws. Not very difficult, but it takes time. So you guys have to remember like which connector is going where, and then with the very care. So I just marked the numbers where on both sides, so I'm not gonna mix up the stuff. And then I had to unscrew these two brackets here, these two to reach to the screws at the back of this area. These are the two transmission bolts. One is here, one is here, and two of these are done. Then there was a air intake kind of a pipe here, so I also had to remove that pipe, which is done. And I removed this plate to pull the engine, because you have to hold the engine, because once you're gonna remove this transmission mount, the engine will go down, so it can break the mount on the other side, so you have to hold it here. So I borrowed this kind of a mount from my cousin, and now I have started doing the transmission thingy. I am just going to remove it, so I will keep update about all the difficulties and number of screws you guys have to remove, and I hope I will be able to fix it. Wish me good luck. Thank you.